And we are back. In this video I'll be sharing my F1 23 Spain setup, and this setup is designed for optimal speed during a race, especially those with a longer distance, starting from 25% or more. Its purpose is to enhance the car stability throughout the race. Also, this setup performs extremely well even with worn out tires, ensuring competitiveness throughout the whole race. Before we dive into my hot lap and setup, I'd like to mention that I share one or more setups daily on this channel, so make sure you follow me to get the latest updates. And now let's take a look at my hot lap on Spain, because as you may already know, Spain has been modified in F1 23. Just like in the real world of Formula 1, the last sector has been modified and the last chicane has been removed. This makes the track a lot faster than in previous years. And this change also, in my opinion, ensures that you need a lower downforce setup on this fun circuit. Because from start to finish to turn 4, you drive full throttle almost the whole time. Then from turn 8 to turn 10 you also need a lot of top speed. And finally from turn 12 to coming up on the straight is now with the modified circuit also almost full throttle. And that's why I think it is important to have a good top speed on the circuit. You lose a little bit of time in the second sector, but especially during a race you gain a lot from a lower downforce setting. Before we look at my setup, I want to tell you that for more F1 23 setups and tips, you can look online at my website High Level Sim Racing. On this website I have several tips for getting faster in F1 23. Think about the best camera settings to drive faster and more consistently. So make sure to check out my website highlevelsimracing.nl. Now let's take a look at my F1 23 Spain setup. I've opted for 36 and 31 wings because, as explained earlier, I've opted for slightly less downforce so that you can achieve a higher top speed. This is ideal now in Spain because with the modified track you now drive a large part of this track full throttle. Then the differential, here I have chosen for 50 and 55. I chose this because it gave me the most balance while entering the corner, but also halfway through the corner and the exit. Even with worn tires, this setup gives you the right amount of balance you need. For camber and toe I chose -2.5, -1, 0.05 and 0.25. This combination gave me the most balance during a race and reduced tire wear as well. I set the suspension at 39.8, 8.2 and 36.42. Because you drive with a little less wing, it is important to create good rotation out of the car. And this is extremely important, but you also have to make sure that the car does not over-rotate, so that the car is balanced to drive fast during a race, even if the tires give less grip. And in my opinion, this is the ideal suspension setup. The brakes are set to 156. If you notice that the rear tires are locking up, you can also increase the brake bias by one click. Lastly, the recommended tire pressure for the front tires is at 22.3, while the rear tires is at 20.1. If you struggle to generate enough tire temperature, you can increase the pressure by 1 or 2 clicks. And that's my F1 23 Spain setup. I had a great time racing on this modified track, and I love to hear your thoughts on Spain in F1 23. Do you think the changes made this circuit even better? I'll be sharing new F1 23 setups as well as tips and tricks to improve your speed in this game every day. And if you don't want to miss out on these setups and tips, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to always stay up to date whenever I go live with a new setup. Thank you for watching and enjoy this F1 23 Spain setup.